So right here we have an automatic transmission, and this is the input shaft and the output shaft. And then here in the center, turn this, we have the gears. In order for them to work, it must have oil using the converter, which is this. And then here we have the manual transmission, and it has a input shaft here and the output shaft here. And then in order to change the gears, you got to manually change it yourself, which is this part here. And it uses a flywheel instead of a converter. So here we have the ignition switch. So when you turn it on, the power goes all the way to the starter, which is right here, the starter, and the solenoid, which when you ignite the key, it starts the engine here, and then you get that from all the way from the battery as well. So right here we have a lower ball joint, and the upper ball joint is right here. We have a tie rod, the shock absorber, and then we got the coil spring. So all these components here help you with the steering and suspension, which keeps you having a smooth ride on the road when it's either bumpy or rough. Here we have the brakes, which helps you slow down or stop whenever there's a situation on the road. So here we're going to be doing about the AC. So all the compressor changes to low pressure refrigerant to high pressure, and the condenser transforms gas to liquid. The last component is the evaporator, and it transforms the low pressure liquid back to the low pressure gas, so it can start all over again. So right now we're going to be talking about the heating system. So as the engine heats up and gets to the operating temperature, the heat from the hot coolant allows the thermostat and the water pump coolant into the radiator in the front of the vehicle, which is this here, and allows the airflow through the radiator and transfers the heat to the air, warming and the air, reducing the coolant temperature. Heated coolant is also pumped to the heater core, which is over here, where the blower heats and the air is going through the core. The heated air is directed to the passenger compartment. So here's the 4-stroke gasoline cycle. So we're going to be talking about the intake stroke, the compression stroke, the power stroke, and the exhaust stroke. So the intake stroke, intake valve is open, which is here, the intake valve, and the exhaust valve is closed, and the piston is going down, and the air fuel starts to draw into the cylinder. And then 2 is the compression stroke, where the intake valve is closed and the exhaust valve is closed, and the piston is going up, compresses, and the heat and the air fuel mixture. Just before the top of the compression stroke, the ignition system fires the spark plug to ignite the air fuel mixture. And the power stroke, intake valve is closed and the exhaust valve is closed. The fuel is burning and the expanding gas pushes the piston down the bore, and transmits power via the connection rod to turn the crankshaft, which is this. The exhaust stroke, intake valve is closed and the exhaust valve is open. The piston is going up and pushing the burnt gas out of the combustion chamber and into the exhaust system.